Story of how God saved my life from a pain that could have stopped me from walking. I was battling this bad waist and lower back pain sometime late last month, June, but it wasn't anything severe because I could still move around, carry on, wear heels even. But on the 8th of July, as I was about to get into bed, my back snapped. It was the most painful physical pain I had ever experienced. This was past midnight. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't sleep. I was sleepy, but I couldn't sleep. I was crying. There was nothing I could do. So very early in the morning, my husband and my sister took me to the hospital, River State University Teaching Hospital, straight to the physiotherapy department because a friend of ours had called the head of department there. So we got there straight. They received me, put some things on my body because that day, the morning of this entire incident, which was the 9th of July, I had an event in the afternoon. My call time was 1:30 p.m. There was no way to call anybody, any of my colleagues, to help standing for me. And there was just no way to explain to the clients because we had spoken the previous day. We had, had a virtual meeting and planned the entire event. And so there was just no way around it. So they thankfully put some machines, sent some waves, gave me some strong painkillers, packaged me in a lumbar support corset, and I went for that event. In fact, if you saw me at that event, if I didn't tell you what I was dealing with, you would never believe. I'll attach this photo so you can take a look at this particular photo. Anyways, so they managed me, and afterwards, I went back home, continued with the painkiller, returned the next day for physio. The next day, Friday, Saturday was my birthday. I was in pain. I was just managing myself so I could go to my parents' place because some friends were sending gifts to me. Shout out to everybody who sent me gifts, everybody who called me. Thank you so very much. Those who messaged me, I am so grateful. So I was receiving some things, but I used my parents' place as the delivery address. So I was having a bath and I slipped. This sleeping, I'm telling you, is not anything massive, but the back just deteriorated. It became worse than it was on the Thursday morning that took me to the hospital in the first place. That was it. I mean, I don't even know how I went through my birthday in pain. For the most part, I was crying, but everybody who called me couldn't. I couldn't tell anybody what I was dealing with. Anyways, I needed help with everything. I couldn't sit down to eat. I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything without support, like physical support. And I prayed and I said, God, if you help this pain go away, I will tell everybody that it was you. I mean, I will put up for your head. I said, God help me. So they managed me with painkillers and everything. I couldn't even go to church on Sunday. Monday, I went back for physio, and they just kept managing me with exercises and stretches and things, regular physio activities, and then paid more painkillers. And then I changed my lumbar corset to something else that was firmer and prescribed for my particular situation. On a Wednesday morning, I woke up. Wednesday was the 15th of, yeah, it was the 15th of July. And I woke up at 6:30 and the pain was crazy. I struggled to walk. I went to the living room and I was just waiting for NSPPD to start because I've been at NSPPD since 2020 and I was just waiting. In the meantime, I figured just do your regular physio stretches. The doctor said to do it every time that I could. So I was doing it that morning. And as I was doing it, I didn't realize that it was past 7 a.m. So when I realized it, it was 9 minutes past 7. I clicked, went on the channel immediately, and I was praying and I was doing my physio. I was doing my routines, I was praying. In like 10 minutes, I realized that I was moving with ease. Pastor Jerry had not said anything. Like, prayer was still warming up, if you like, but I was just doing my regular routines, my physio routines, and The next thing I knew, the pain had dropped to like 25%. And I just kept going. I had a physio appointment that morning. So immediately after NSPPD, I went straight to the hospital. And the doctor was shocked to see me. My parents were shocked. See what I'm telling you? I had to move away from my house, moved in with my sisters who live not too far from my parents so that I would have support. It was so bad. And God helped me and He came through for me. I'm just thankful. The doctor didn't know. I mean, some of my friends tried to say maybe it was the physio or whatever. I'm like, no, I know how I woke. I remember how I woke up that morning. It was not the physio. All I know is I was doing my routines in an atmosphere of prayer, and God's hand touched me, and I'm here. The pain, as of today that I'm making this video, is like 99% gone, and I'm just thankful. But the few days that I've spent going for physio, and I still have a few more appointments that I plan to take, but I've learned a few things from the entire experience going to the physiotherapist, and I'm going to share those experiences or those lessons with you. If you care to watch, it'll be in my next video. So if you like this content and you're curious to know what it is that I've learned that you too can learn, then you should totally follow me if you're not following me. Like this video if you want to share it with someone who's trusting God for something. Let me tell you, God answers prayers. He's a merciful God, and He just wants to help us. And I'm grateful to God. I don't know what else to say other, other than that God did it. And I'm here to testify.